The Oklahoma City Thunder are already the #1 seed in the Western Conference. They have an MVP level player in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on it. They're one of the youngest teams in the NBA, and they have an unbelievably good record, and they're, like I said, one of the best teams in the entire NBA right now. And they just got even scarier as a roster already. And that is extremely, extremely terrifying for the rest of the NBA, for the #1 seed to get even scarier at the trade deadline. And I'm going to be talking about mainly the Gordon Hayward trade, but really I'm going to be talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder as a whole and how I think they got better, why I think they're so dominant, and why I think a lot of teams are going to be very, very scared of them come around playoff time. So if that does sound interesting to you, please watch the video all the way through. And without further ado, without running on too much, let's get right into this video. So really, as I touched on earlier, they are the third youngest roster in the NBA. And why do I bring that up? Because look at the other 4 teams in the top 5 youngest rosters in the entire NBA. They have a combined record of 59 and 151, and none of them have a winning record. The only one close to having a winning record is the Utah Jazz. And the Utah Jazz are 2 games out of 500. So for the Thunder to be a half a game out of the 1 seed right now, for them to be that high and that good and that successful with this young of a roster is an anomaly and a complete outlier, okay? Most teams that are this young have nowhere near enough experience or even really talent at that in that fact. And yet here are the Thunder absolutely dominating the league and looking like one of the scariest teams going into the future and even into this year's playoffs already. And how are they doing it? They're doing it in a big part because they already have a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who at only 25 years old is already a legitimate MVP level player and a top 5 player probably in the entire NBA, top 10 at minimum. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, although I think he does have a few flaws in his game and he's not fully there and he does have to win on the biggest stage, and this is going to be really his first year to prove that he can, I think Shai is legitimately a superstar and is 100% good enough to be a #1 on a championship winning team in the future. And he has, like I said, he's going to have to prove that, but I do think that is the reality. And then you have guys like Jalen Williams, who's only 22 years old, who is looking like a potential future star as well. He's playing unbelievable. He can just do everything. He's an all-around great player and is one of the best young guys in the entire NBA at only 22 years old. He's already doing crazy things. And then even Chet Holmgren to kind of really round out their top 3 and their big 3 going into the future. Chet is already one of the best bigs in the NBA, and he is only going to get better. He's going to get stronger. He's going to learn how to play better. He's going to learn how to score better. He can shoot the 3 at a very high clip. He's still blocking shots at a very high clip. And I just think overall, if this is his absolute floor and he's only going to get better from here, he's 100% going to be a star if his health can stay healthy. And I just think for sure this big 3 is going to be one of the best in the NBA for a very, very long time. And then even outside of their big 3, they still stay very, very young, as they have guys like Lou Dort, who's only 24 years old, but is one of the most high effort, high energy players in the entire NBA. And he's even taken his game to a whole nother level as he is shooting 38% from the 3-point line, which is extremely dangerous. When your 5th option on the court in your starting lineup is shooting 38% from 3 while giving you very, very solid defense and just high effort, high energy, being a strong guy, that is extremely, extremely valuable. And Lou Dort plays his role to perfection on this team. And like I said, he is also only 24 years old. And then even their rookie this year, Cason Wallace, at only 20 years old, has been an amazing 6-man for them this entire year. He's been very consistent. He can shoot the hell out of the ball. He scores when he needs him to, and he is an excellent defender as well. And just overall, him as a 6-man is extremely, extremely good. And it doesn't even end there, because their future and their youngness is not going to go anywhere. As look at the picks they have. They have a minimum of 3 first-round picks going into 2024. And then also in 2025, they have another 3, assuming the lottery protections don't go into effect, plus even more second-rounders, plus even more into the future. So this team's youngness and their future ceiling is only going to get higher, and they're only going to stay the young, energetic team as their current guys get better and better and more experience. That is an extremely scary prospect to look at, and that is exactly what the Thunder are looking down right now. And then, even on top of all those good things I just mentioned, they were able to just fill out the probably weakest point of their roster, which was their bench. And now, either Gordon Hayward's going to come off their bench, or a guy in their starting lineup is going to be moved to their bench. Either way, their depth and their bench is going to be improved. And Gordon Hayward is a 15-point-per-game scoring veteran player who's been in the playoffs many times, knows how to win there, has won at a very high level, and is just overall a very good player to have. He's going to be able to provide leadership, experience, and like I said, just overall being a good player. He can still give you 15, 20 points per game any given night while just being an all-around very, very good player. So with them adding their Gordon Hayward to improve their depth for guys who were not playing for them and were not going to be big parts of them in the playoffs and probably not into the future, maybe outside of Trey Mann, this team just got significantly better, and they're only a half game out of the 1 seed, and they're already extremely dangerous. So I think for sure, with how this team just improved greatly by adding Gordon Hayward for basically a bag of potato chips to them, and then on top of that, they were able to they're going to only get better and better and better as time goes on top of them having a great future with their picks and their draft capital, I don't see a world where this Oklahoma City Thunder team is not competing for championships for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line if they hit on their draft picks, make the right moves, and it looks like everything we've seen, Sam Presti has shown that he is very capable as a GM to make all the correct moves, and he is just putting on an absolute masterclass. And I just think with how young they are, with how high their ceiling is, with the moves they are making like the ones for Gordon Hayward, I just don't see how this team isn't going to find themselves competing at a very high level for a very long time, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if they find themselves in the conference championship this season. I think they're a little young to make the finals, but I mean, it's not out of the possibility. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they made the finals. I don't think they're going to, but I wouldn't be shocked if they did. So, I mean, that is extremely, extremely high praise coming from such a young team, and how insane it is for this young of a team to be this good is not normal at all, like I highlighted earlier, and it's just unbelievable the things this team is accomplishing. But unfortunately, guys, that's my first video. So comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Thunder are extremely scary? How good do you think they can be? How much better do you think they're going to get? On your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're really important, hit the like button and subscribe button. That absolute word to me. And I hope you have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day. So you need to have a blessed day. All glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo.